Alright, welcome back with lesson 2. We've already talked a little bit about conducting. You know the basic patterns, your basic 4-4 pattern. Another thing, do not conduct with your hands spread open. Keep your fingers closed in a cup, almost like if you're going to cup your kneecap. That's how your hands should be. Do not let your thumbs come out. Drum major judges, especially in North Carolina where I drum major, those judges will take points off for having your thumbs out. Thumbs must be in. Drum majors judges will always take points off for the smallest things, especially your thumbs. A 4-4 pattern. Start off around your chest line when you start the downbeat. Some drum majors prefer to cup their fingers like this when they conduct. Some have them out. It's according. Usually my downbeat I have them cupped and then they come out. So yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, da 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 da. After you do that, make sure that you don't hit your downbeat real hard and jerk it. You don't want it to be 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't want each beat to be so jerked. Fluid motions. Almost like my past drum major instructor always told me like patting pillows. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because as soon as you hit it, you want your hand to bounce. You want to have rebound. You don't want everything to be so strict. I mean, so strict, by the time you end your marching band show, you're going to be so sore. More things have to rebound. Drum majors get better results if they look relaxed. If you're up on the podium and you look, oh my God, I'm going to mess up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you look all tense, just like, oh my God, I'm going to mess up. You're going to get points taken off. You need to act relaxed. You need to act like 1, 2, 3, 4. I know what I'm doing. I have no worries. I've done this 1,000,001 times during practice. My band's going to do fine. I know all my patterns. I know all my time signature changes. I know all my cues. What could go wrong? Other than conducting, you've got the 4-4 pattern down. You've got your 3-4 pattern down pat. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Cues. You can do whatever kind of cue you want. You can do 1, 2, 3 out. That kind of cue. You always want to bring your hand in on the beat before you cue. So you're going to set 3-4 pattern. So it's a 3-4 pattern. 2, 3. You're going to cue on beat 1. It's going to be 1, 2 in cue. 1, 2, 3, 1. Leave your hand out as long as you need to. 1, 2, 3, 1 off. You can cut off with that hand. You always want, if there's a certain section that's going to cut off in the band, make sure you never do this for an entire section. If mellophones and saxophones are going to stop playing for a section, but the whole band keeps playing, never do a big cutoff. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, off. 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, off. 2, 3, 1. Just like that. Another thing, you'll get points taken off for your hands crossing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Especially here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. What am I doing wrong? Where are my hands? Here. 1, 2. Your hands should come together. They should never cross. What happens when your hands cross? You're looking at me now as if you're the student down on the band field. So as you're looking at me, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which pattern was more confusing, the first pattern or the second pattern? It had to have been the second pattern, because as your hands cross, what happens to your two hands? This is now my left hand, this is now my right hand, and now they switch back. It's too many hands going too many places. You don't want to be confusing your band students by crossing your hands and everything else whenever you do your patterns. So, conducting, main point, keep tempo, follow the drum line, follow the drum line's feet. You have a visual tempo. What's more appealing to you? If you're sitting in a room and you see your conductor standing there with his baton going, but the snare drum, if you play trumpet, you sit right in front of the snare drum. I know that for a fact. The snare drum sitting behind you is going tap, 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 tap. When your tempo is tap, 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 tap. Even if the snare drum is going so much faster, who are you going to follow? The snare drum or your conductor? More than likely, if you're like every other band student, you're gonna follow the snare drum. You're gonna follow your audible speed and your audible tempo more than your visual. Drumline's responsibility is to watch you. You are the drum major. They are the drum line. The drum line watches the drum major. Drum majors watch the drum line. You always work in coercion with the drum line. That's a rule of thumb. It's a law. You break it and you're going to die. Literally. Because you break it, your band's going to suck and they're going to fail because you didn't do your job and you didn't keep tempo. So when the band marches off field and they got terrible scores because they fell apart, they fell apart in the third song, who are they going to fuss out? It's not going to be the band director. It's not going to be the drum line captain who's always like the coolest guy in the band who nobody would ever talk shit about. It's going to be you. You're going to be the one who gets the flack. You're the one who's going to be the one who gets the shit because you're the conductor. So keep that in mind. Your responsibilities. Okay, enough of conducting. Leadership. You must be at practice early. You must set up things. You are the band director's assistant. The band students look up to you. Whenever I was first in marching band, my drum major set an example for me that I didn't like. I was in the band room and the rule was very strictly, do not eat or drink in the band room. First day of band, I walk in with a drink. Drum major tells me no. I'm not going to say the drum major's name. She tells me no. Says, go back out. You can't have drinks in the band room. I go outside. I pour out my drink, throw it in the trash can. I walk back inside. She is sitting up at the bar with her fat ass drinking a Coke. What kind of example is that? How'd you just tell me I couldn't drink something but say you're sitting in the front of the classroom drinking? I lost all respect for that drum major at that moment. I never respected him for the rest of the season. And he did that to a lot of people. And that's why that person was a very unsuccessful drum major. Because that person lost respect of his band. As long as you never lead your band in denial or you never tell your band, you guys suck, you guys, I wish you would do better, always encourage your band. As long as you never lose their trust, then they should trust you and you should be a responsible drum major. Leadership. Confrontations. Little blonde girl who's a freshman, who's immature as can be, is fussing with big senior girl and they're fighting about whose boyfriend they're taking to the prom and everything else. Okay, what's that doing? It's disrupting your marching band practice. Don't call in your old band director who has been married for all these years, has an AARP card, and who doesn't know how to cure like teenage drama. You know how to cure girl teenage drama. Do it. Solve the drama yourself. Take them off the field. Never confront someone on the field in front of your peers. That is a rule. If you don't want to be embarrassed in front of your band, if you're one of those guys who you don't let people talk shit about you unless you say something back, you can never do that. You cannot be up on the podium and then them say something to you and you start fussing them back out because you will lose respect from your band director. When you are on the podium, a rule, this is from James Cook, he's my old band director, never confront a band student in front of the band. Never say, well, if you don't shut up, I'm going to give you laps. Or if you are the worst person in this band, you can't march worth crap. Never say that, because what's going to happen? That person is in front of 170 other band students. You just made that person feel like crap. So what are they going to do? They're going to fire back at you with some big comeback that's going to make you feel bad. You're going to fire back at them, and then you have an argument. You've also made an enemy, and all of that person's friends are going to hate you. When all you can do is just simply say, hey, come here for a second. We're going to finish this in lesson 3.